Hey there! Welcome to Survivor Recap Episode 1 on Diva Chicks TV. I'm Mr. Girl 916. You know me around the forums as one of your friendly mods. And, of course, Survivor is one of my favorite TV shows of all time. So now we're into the 17th season, and it's coming from Gabon in West Central Africa. It's the first time since Season 3 that the show has been in Africa, and we have 18 new castaways ready to begin 39 days of backstabbing, roast food eating, immediate idol winning, exiling, and all that other stuff. So, just a little bit of news before we begin. If you watched the 60th Annual Primetime Emmy Awards on Sunday night, you might have noticed that the first award for Outstanding Reality Series Host was given out, and Survivor host Jeff Probst was the first winner. Congratulations, Jeff, you rock! So let's get into it. The new season, which was season 17, began last night, and it was a 2-hour season premiere. It was like 2 episodes wrapped into one. In this episode, we got to meet the 18 new castaways from all over the United States. Although I do wish that Canadians can come on one day, because, you know, I'd love to be on the show. Each of them got to say their name, what they did, and then they were divided into their new tribes. One tribe is called Fong, they wear red, and the other is called Koda, yellow. And already they went into their first challenge. The challenge was to run across the plain and climb up a steep hill where a bag of extra food was waiting for them. It was practically a blowout for the Koda tribe, who claimed the extra bag of corn and beans, although each person got to bring a bag of rice to their camp. And off they went to their new tribe homes. First we got to see Koda getting to their camp, and right away they just started working on patching up their shelters, getting things organized. And then we got to see Fong's new home. On day 3 they went to their first immunity challenge, which was sort of like a excuse me, which is sort of like a revisited challenge from the past. They had to strap themselves together and run across a series of obstacles, finding puzzle pieces at the end of the course. It was very close at the obstacle race, but the Fong tribe took too long digging for their puzzle pieces, which led the Koda tribe to win the first immunity of the new season. Not only did they win immunity, but they also won flint so they could start fire. And unfortunately, the Fong tribe had to go to tribal council first. Well, so it was down to a couple of people. One was a weak link in challenges that couldn't very well do anything. The other was sort of called a Negative Nancy. And unfortunately, by a vote margin of 8-1, Michelle, who was known as the Negative Nancy, was voted the first person out of the game. It was a very disorganized tribal council, you know. Everybody talking at once, arguing, pleading their cases. And then when they got back to camp, it was decided that GC, also known as Dan, was volunteered as new leader of Fong. He got the tribe organized right away with their chores. And it seems that things were starting to get get things together, but you know the Fong tribe right now. They were getting really disorganized, as usual. So that was episode 1. Second hour was episode 2, which was days 4 to 6. This is my first broadcast and I'm really nervous. Coda was going along really well. They seemed to have everything organized. But first we got to see Fong starting their fire, which GC got done in a hurry. They got started into rice and they were having a good time, having a ball, dancing around. Of course I do. Of course I do, Heartbreaker. Anyway, let's skip right ahead to the next challenge. It was rolling a heavy ball along a course and picking up keys along the way. There were 2 sets of 3 keys each for each tribe, and at the end of the course they had to undo a set of locks. The first tribe to get their ball across the finish line and into their pedestal would win immunity, but there was also a reward attached. The reward was fishing gear that could help their tribe in a big, big way. It was very even at the second station for the keys. There was a little bit of a collision, but then Coda got into a big lead. So they ended up winning immunity and the fishing gear, but it was very close. And Fong had to go back to Tribal Council again. And then there was one more twist. The twist was that the winning tribe had to select a member of the losing tribe to go to a very scary place called Exile Island. You probably know that from past seasons of Survivor if you've watched it. And so the Coda tribe chose from the Fong tribe a guy named Dan. He went to exile, where there was something waiting for him. There's a little teaser. You had to choose between comfort, which was either food or a luxury item, or you can choose clue, which was a clue to a hidden immunity idol. Dan chose the clue, and he spent a lot of time looking for that idol. He came back in time for Tribal Council, and it seemed like a very clear choice as to who was going to be voted off. By another score of 7-1, a blowout, they chose Jillian, a 61-year-old nurse from California, to be the second victim of the game. And that was pretty much how episodes 1 and 2 ended. The next episode will be episode 3, which will be broadcast next week, October 2nd, at 8 p.m. Eastern on CBS, or Global if you're in Canada. So now, I will introduce you to one of the castaways. You may recognize this person from the 2004 Summer Olympics. Her name is Crystal Cox. She won gold medal for the U.S. in the 4x400 meter relay, and she's participating in the game as one of the members of the Fong tribe. But right now she's a teacher and a mom with 2 children. She's 29 years old, and her birthday is March 28th, which is pretty much 5 months before me. I'm August 22nd. So now, let's have a little flashback quiz, shall we? The prize will be your profile feigned by me and a personal message in either your guest book or your game mail. The question is, this is from season 1. This person is the oldest person ever to play the Survivor game. He was 72 years old when he competed in the first episode in the first season in Borneo. What is his name?